All right, so now we're at episode 7. Now, this is actually one of my favorite episodes of the entire season because it's centered around Rogue. Hence why I'm wearing a Gambit and Rogue shirt. So with that being said, theme song. All right, so the episode opens up with a funeral service. It's for my boy Gambit. I still can't believe they killed him off. Like, wow. Wow. All the X-Men are there. His ex-wife Belladonna is there. His brother Bobby is there. A few of the members of the Thieves Guild. And they're all mourning the loss of Gambit. And then they got Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler, he done broke out his Catholic robe and was like, listen, we gonna have some church up in here today.
Remy LeBeau would be the first to remind you that life, like the cards, is wild. Yet he moved through his life as a force who believed better times lay ahead, that luck always won. Per his kinetic gifts, Gambit had endless faith in potential, a sinner beyond saving. Such were the cards, he'd say. I think he was bluffing. How could Remy, so tuned to potential, fail to see how his sins had made him into a hero? Every gambler has a tell. Modesty was Gambit's.
It just makes so much sense that they have Nightcrawler preaching and speaking at Gambit's funeral. Like, that's the go-to religion guy. Like, Nightcrawler does not play when it comes to God. He does not play when it comes to his religion. He'll be in the middle of a mission and that man will break out in prayer. I love me some Nightcrawler. And there's a couple people that's missing from this funeral. For one, where's Storm? Storm has her powers back. We saw that in episode 6. Where you at, Storm? Come on back to the X-Men. You got your powers back. So that's number 1. And then number 2, I mean, the obvious person, where is Rogue? And it's like, Rogue, are you not at the funeral because Gambit's ex-wife is at the funeral? Because y'all know the last time they was in the same room together, things got a little out of hand.
He didn't like your boobs, so he gave you new ones, bitch. That's what happened. That's what happened, bitch.
But the question is, where is Rogue? Well, Rogue is seen tearing up some government facility. And you can tell she is pissed. Ain't no smile on her face. Her eyes are deadlocked on the target. And she's going in. So we see that the facility that she's breaking into is led by Colonel Ross, who is, in my personal opinion, I think that Colonel Ross is a racist.
Our intruder is an unhinged mutant from the swamp.
Like, what did you mean by that?
What did you say, nigga?
So Rogue busts in, and basically she's trying to find Henry Garrick and Bolivar Trask because they were the cause of what went down in Genosha. Okay, so now we're back with the X-Men. They are gearing up and they are on their way to Genosha to demonstrate humanitarian efforts. You know, they're helping the citizens of Genosha recover from this genocide that took place in their country.
Rest of you go show humanity that the X-Men are here to stay.
All right, so then we see Rogue. After shaking down Colonel Ross, she's at this random cabin warehouse, and we get a cameo appearance from Captain America.
Stand down, Rogue. Please.
Okay.
Now, I just remember when this episode first aired, everybody was so excited to see Captain America. I wasn't. I don't care for the Avengers at all. They're like my least favorite. Actually, they're not even my favorite. I don't like the Avengers. So basically, Captain America, he's tracking down Henry Garrick as well. I guess he's on some solo investigation mission because he was affected by what went down in Genosha. So they go through the cabin and they see there's like this big underground facility and it has all this technology and it has OZT, and Rogue is kind of like, where am I at and what's going on? Now, this scene pisses me off really, really bad from Captain America, not from Rogue. So Captain America, he says he had the service here and he reveals that Gyrick was transferred to another facility. And he says that
once I get the thumbs up, I'll lead my team to Mexico to apprehend Gyrick.
so my question for Captain America is, why are you on this investigation mission to find Henry Gyrick? This is not your fight. This has nothing to do with you. Now, you guys are the Earth's mightiest heroes. How come you and your team is not in Genosha helping with the humanitarian efforts and helping the citizens of Genosha recover from this tragedy? What made you and your team be on this investigation mission to find Henry Gyrick? And see, this is my issue with the Avengers, because they act like it's this hierarchy where the Avengers are here and the Fantastic Four is here and the X-Men are here. You know, they just act like all troubles of the world, all troubles of the United States is all for the Avengers to deal with. And this is not your fight. And you guys are like the Earth's mightiest heroes and y'all are working hand in hand with the government. But the way y'all are coming off is like, the X-Men don't know what they're doing. They're amateurs and we got this. You guys just go back to Genosha and just help your people. What? How about you and your team go to Genosha and help with the humanitarian efforts? How about your billionaire partner, Tony Stark? How about he donate money to help rebuild Genosha? I mean, he's just sitting on wealth. What is he doing with it? So yeah, I do not care for the Avengers. And I'm just so glad that Rogue called out Captain America on his book.
This uniform shows up in Mexico bashing heads in with you. It sends a message.
Damn right, that you stand with mutants.
Gotta do this by the book, Rogue. Right now, my hands are tied.
If your hands are tied, you won't be needing this.
You know, it's crazy. This scene reminds me of a moment that happened in the comic books. Iron Man, Tony Stark, went to the X-Men for help. I think this was during the Civil War. And Emma Frost said, you're coming to us to help you fight the Civil War. But where were the Avengers when my people was getting slaughtered during the Genosha massacre? But you're coming here at the X-Mansion because you know the X-Men are powerful. And y'all want us to help engage and help fight your teammates because y'all are not on the same page. Like I said, the Avengers are just full of shit. And then, all right, now here we are again with Trish Tilby. She didn't learn her lesson when Scott went off on her in episode 5.
You're ungrateful. We fight, risk our lives for you. You can't say thank you. The truth is, we're nothing like you. Thank God, because it's the only reason you people are still alive.
Here she is in Genosha criticizing how mutants are reacting to seeing their people being murdered.
But smashing windows is destruction, not communication. Normal people won't accept mutants if they feel threatened. That fear is the whole issue.
Trish has a lot of audacity criticizing mutant protesters, considering the fact that the president, the United States president, just told Scott Summers that they are not donating any more relief to the victims of Genosha.
I'm sorry, Scott. The UN just can't commit any more help. You've gone a week now with no new survivors. It's time to let go, son.
And I also just want to point out that Trish reported, this was her reporting. I will play the clip. Trish has reported that nations are refusing to allow mutants to return back to their home country after the Genosha massacre.
Nations refusing to allow mutants displaced by the brutal attack on Genosha to return to their home country.
So again, I say, what is with this criticism? Why is she going so hard on the mutants when they are in a vulnerable spot? And how dare she try to criticize people that are protesting against the government because they are refusing to help their people, and nations are refusing to allow mutants who are literally homeless because their homes have been destroyed to return back to their home country. Of course mutants are upset. Of course mutants are going to protest. Hello?
It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
So then we see Rogue. She tracks down Henry Gyrick, but she's still looking for Bolivar Trask.
Tell Summers his wife's cute psychic probes won't work.
Honey, this ain't that sort of probe.
So then back at Genosha, Scott and Jean, they are trying to clear the area. They're looking for survivors. And then Jean senses a telepath.
Scott, someone up ahead. A telepath.
And Scott thinks that it's Madeline.
Telepath.
Madeline.
The telepath that Jean finds is Emma Frost. Emma Frost is back. She survived the Genosha massacre because her secondary mutation allows her skin to turn into diamond form. Then we see Scott. He's in tears because he thought that, you know, Madeline survived the massacre. But we see a moment of Jean comforting Scott, and it's so beautiful. So then after the Emma Frost reveal, Bolivar Trask, he contacts the X-Men.
Come see the horrifying face of your future.
Huh? Okay. Like, we just got a villain just flat out revealing what he's doing. Before they fly to Madripoor, they gotta make a pit stop. They gotta pick up Rogue, because where the hell has Rogue been? Well, Rogue was passed out after that encounter with Gyrick. Nightcrawler finds Rogue. He comforts her. It was a beautiful moment because this is the first time that we see Rogue actually grieving. Because she's been on this rampage tearing people up and fighting or whatever, but she has not taken a moment to grieve Gambit. And Nightcrawler, because y'all know Nightcrawler and Rogue, they are brothers and sisters. He embraces her and was like, you're not just grieving Gambit, you're grieving, oh my God, I can't even get out. You're grieving Magneto too. Yuck! Yuck! Y'all already know how I feel about Magneto and Rogue. Yuck! Yuck! Then we see another scene of Henry Gyrick, because like I said, Henry and Rogue, after that encounter together, they passed out. So Henry Gyrick, he's in a hospital bed, and somebody comes and kills him. So the X-Men, they're at the facility that Bolivar Trask called them to. They keep seeing the letters OZT. They don't know what it stands for. Then they see Bolivar Trask, and this man is standing at the window, and he is about to commit.
We're gonna have to save this dirtbag from himself, aren't we?
So Bolivar, he's pretty much telling the X-Men, like, look, this is what we're working on. I'm working with Mr. Sinister, but I'm working with somebody else who was way more dangerous, and I didn't know the extent of his plans, and I'm sorry. And the X-Men, they're just standing there receiving all the information, and then Bolivar tries to take a jump.
Easy, boy.
So Rogue catches Bolivar and was like, now wait a minute, relax. Do you have any more information? He's like, no, I don't. And then Rogue drops him. The reaction for the X-Men are so funny because Nightcrawler's like,
Rogue, what have you done?
and then Wolverine's like, if you wasn't gonna do it, I was gonna do it.
What we all wanted to do.
Y'all were okay with this because Nightcrawler, you could have easily saved him. Jean, you could have easily saved him. But clearly, there was a percentage in everybody's body that was like, this is what the deserved because he killed so many mutants in episode 5. Rogue did what everybody in that room wanted to do. If y'all really wanted to save him, y'all could have saved him. Now, what pisses me off is with Morph. Morph got the nerve to be like,
Is this who we are now?
Man, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Nobody asked you how to bitch ass thing. You better shut the fuck up before I knock your fucking head off your shoulders, old ugly ass bitch.
Sir, what do you mean is this who we are now? While Rogue and Gambit and Magneto were in Genosha fighting for their lives, you was at the television screen, sitting next to Wolverine, watching this entire go down. What do you mean if this who we are now? It's like, more shut your ass up. You got the nerve to be critical because Rogue got rid of one of the guys that was responsible for the Genosha genocide? Like, be so for real.
Is this who we are now? Man, what the fuck is you talking about? What the fuck was that? I'm sorry, man.
See, and then Rogue, she just goes off.
That maniac killed Remy and thousands of people. That rotten piece of scum put a good man, my man.
Oh, my man, bitch, your man left you for dead, hoe.
And out of the blue, we just see an explosion.
Terminate.
So we see that Bolivar Trask is a human sentinel. This man has been mutated into an entire sentinel. And he just drops the entire building on the X-Men. But as we can see, the entire building is on fire and it is coming down. A full-blown building is just coming down and is crashing on the streets of Madripoor. So then we see my girl, Jean Grey.
Jean, you get the building. I'll get the debris.
Man, I love this moment so much. I love this moment so much because it's just showing how powerful of a mutant Jean is without the Phoenix. You know, people got this misconception that Jean is only powerful with the Phoenix. No, Jean is a very powerful telepath and she is a very powerful telekinetic. And she knows how to use her powers to the fullest extent. One thing about X-Men 97, they have really restored the respectability of a lot of characters because in the original series, they portrayed Jean Grey as a weak ass bitch. All right, and then speaking of Jean, she was the main one that was getting licks in during this fight. So Bolivar Trask, he is getting ready to fight the X-Men. He takes out Morph, he takes out Beast, and he takes out Wolverine. And so here come Jean doing her big one once again. Now, even though Bolivar Trask caught her off guard, Jean was like the only one that did some damage. Other than that, we see Scott shoot his lasers. It's not working. And then we see a bomb explode. Right, the bomb came from Cable. Cable is back, and Jean reveals that Cable is Scott's son.
Nathan, let's skip the reunion, Dad.
So pretty much Cable is saying, y'all, Bolivar Trask ain't the threat. The threat is Bastion, and Bastion is working with Mr. Sinister. And that's who we see in the next scene. Bastion and Mr. Sinister, they are discussing their plans to get to X-Men. And I'm like, this is such a weird team up because Bastion is anti-mutants. And Mr. Sinister is, he's a mutant, but he's not a mutant, but he's a mutant. So it's like, you want to destroy all mutants, but you're working with a mutant to do it. That doesn't make any sense. Like, this is such a weird pairing. But then we see at the end of the episode that somebody actually survived the Genosha genocide.
To get to work, smooth as butter. So long as you stay still. So long as you don't resist.
So Magneto, he has duct tape over her mouth. He has a collar that is neutralizing his mutant ability so he can't escape. And Bastion is there giving him a clean shave. Like, okay. And my whole thing is this. I understand that Magneto is an Omega level mutant, but how did he survive the explosion? Don't just make us assume, oh, he survived because he's powerful. No, like, I want to see, like, how was Magneto able to survive the genocide, but everybody that he was protecting, the Morlocks, all of them were killed. But it is what it is. Magneto is back in the picture, and I'm sure he is pissed off. He is absolutely pissed off that he is strapped to this chair, can't use his powers, and some random is shaving his beard. But yeah, I love this episode mainly because of Rogue. You know, she was the center focus of this entire episode, and because of Jean. They restored the respectability to my girl Jean Grey. Like, she ain't no damsel in distress no more. She is a powerful mutant, and it was on full display in this episode. Her telepathy and her telekinesis. This was a 10 out of 10 episode. So yeah, this is episode 7 of X-Men 97. Like, comment, and subscribe. What was your favorite moment in this episode? And I will see you in the next review for episode 8. Peace.